Good afternoon. I hope you can see me because it's very dull and it's very gloomy. Not nice at all. But that's just par for the course, isn't it? Right, what have I been doing? Well, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you will have known that I did a bit of skip diving. Dumpster diving, whatever you want to call it. But it was only a very small skip. And the people up the road were moving out. And they obviously have more money than sense because of things they were throwing away. It was ridiculous. They could have took them to a charity shop or something like that. So I thought, spied this on top of the pile, and I thought, yes, I'm having it. Lovely, isn't it? A basket on wheels. It was all trimmed up like it was a gift box from something, you know, it's had all pink ribbons and fluttery things on it and everything, as if, you know, it was a gift box, but obviously they didn't want it. It's brand new. Absolutely brand new. Luckily it hadn't been raining, so it was alright. And then I also got me, it was a set and it was all boxed up, ready for me. Never been touched. There was a cup in it, a little cereal bowl and an egg cup. So I've now got a Hello Kitty for a new mug. I did go back, but I didn't fancy anything else that was in there. I'm very cheap, aren't I? But we don't have these like garage sales and stuff that you have in the US. So, I mean, it was there, it was outside, it was on, I know you're supposed to ask, but it was not on their property, if you know what I mean. It was there for anybody to see on the sort of street. So I didn't feel any compulsion. Well, anyway, there was nobody in. I did look and there was no cars there, there was nobody in. So there was nobody to ask. So I figured if they'd thrown it away, it was mine. Right, works in progress. What am I doing? Well, I was going to make this for my grand niece. And I got myself all revved up to do it. And then I discovered it was in Aran thickness. It was on a 6mm hook. And the yarn that I had wanted to use was this yarn that I had. I think it's a Serdar cotton mix. I had different colours in this. So I changed my mind and I decided to start this one instead. But I don't know whether it was me or whether I wasn't got my head on right. But you know when you just can't get it at all. I mean, I've done some of it and she won't know. My great niece won't know that it's not quite right, but oh, I'm just not enjoying it at all. It's, I don't know why I keep going wrong, but I keep going wrong. And it still looks like it's a string bag, but I'm hoping it might wash. It's on a 375 hook. And this is supposed to be a double knitting. Although it does look very fine, it looks almost like a 4-ply to me. So perhaps I would have been better off just making it up as I went along, you know, because there wasn't enough. There was only 2.5 balls of the pink, and there's some white and some pale green and lemon and cream. So I was just making it up, but you know, it's not often a pattern gets to me, but I'm like crocheting away last night going, what? What do they mean by that? And it just looks weird, you know, with the raglets. I mean, don't get me wrong, my niece won't care. She'll just put it on anyway. As long as it looks reasonably pretty. So I think I'm going to go off-piste, as they say, and do it my own way. Well, I've got myself a box today that comes from Jacqui, my friend Jacqui. Yeah, oh, I forgot to tell you, I've got a new top. Well, new to me top. And I know they're not fashionable anymore, but they are so comfy. Got myself a pair of Crocs. And they are proper Crocs. Not like the pink cheapy ones I had before that split. So I'm very happy. These are my new house slippers because I tend to walk outside in house slippers and I ruin them. Yeah, so they're my new house slippers. Right, I'm going to have a look in here what Jacqui has sent for me. Now I think that this is, oh, I'm not sure. I thought this was a cardigan that she wanted me to copy, but I don't know. Not quite sure why she sent me a shawl. Not quite sure about that, Jacqui. I think I'll have to check. I think I'll have to check with Jacqui. But now she said I had to be careful in here when I was opening it up. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's little can. Oh, it smells lovely. Vanilla. Little candle in the shape of a flower. Isn't that gorgeous? And what have I got in here? Oh, I haven't got scissors. I think it's another candle anyway. It's called Lilac Bloom. I think it's a candle. I'll open it later. I won't stop the video and open it. Oh, pink fluffy chunky. I must find out what the shawl is. Oh, and then this is nice. This is Robin FX Chunky. There's quite a lot of that. That's nice. Oh. Thank you, Jacqui, if you're watching. Whoop. There's quite a lot of this. I see Daniel's been at work. She's got two lovely little boys. Well, she's got a little girl as well. But she's got two lovely little boys. But they both have brittle bones. But Daniel apparently likes to snap the bands and he likes to play football with the balls. Yeah. He's not been well. That's poor Daniel. Not been well. Have you, Daniel? Hello, Daniel. Hello, Peter. And he's got a lot more operations to face. It's sad, isn't it, when it's children? I hate it when it's children. I'd rather it was me. You know the little ones? Rather it was me. So what have I got in here? Oh, it's a notebook from Cymru, from Wales, Cymru. Cymru a bit. I once spent a year living in Wales, but I was only 7. And I went to a totally Welsh speaking school, so as you probably gather, I didn't learn an awful lot while I was there. I learned part of the Lord's Prayer, which I've totally forgotten. And I used to be able to sing "We plough the fields and scatter" in Welsh. Can't do it now. But Cymru a bit, I remember that. That's Wales forever, I think. But I did have a lovely time, because when you're 7, you don't realise, do you, that your parents are looking for work and times are rough and you're living with your auntie. You know, I just thought it was a huge adventure because my auntie had this big house. It was an ex-guest house type of thing. Well, actually, it wasn't a guest house. It belonged to the cycling club. And apparently they'd never taken the details out of the cycling club manual. It was listed as being like an overnight stop. So every now and again I would be going, "Mum!" She'd be going, "What?" I said, "There's about 20 cyclists coming up the drive." Oh. So, you know, if there was nowhere else for them to go to, if it was like later in the evening, they used to have to sleep on the floor and whatever. And my mother would be running around trying to make the breakfast the following day. They all enjoyed themselves anyway. But it took forever apparently to get the listing out of the this cycling guide. But then you'd still get the odd ones who had the old cycling guide. But I loved my time in Wales. You don't see the hard side of it, do you, when you're 7? I used to love playing with my friends in the fields and riding on the cart horse. You know, that'd be huge, like a Shire horse. No saddle, 3 of us sitting on the top of it. Great time. That's when I first got my love of dogs. They had a golden retriever called Tinker. And he wasn't used to being on a lead, but of course I wanted a dog and I used to drag this poor soul everywhere I went. So they used to keep saying, "Don't take Tinker for a walk, he doesn't want to go." And I'd be, you know, my 7-year-old way, dragging this poor golden retriever behind me. Cheers. Lovely black coffee. I don't take milk. Oh, and at the bottom, what have I got here? Pate's book. Oh, how lovely. I absolutely adore, I don't know if you can see them for the shine, but I absolutely adore these grey or silver patterns, you know, from Peyton and Baldwin's. I absolutely love them to death. They are so gorgeous. Oh, I love old patterns. I love vintage patterns. Oh, I'm going to enjoy looking through this. I really am. I really am. I don't knit much, as you know, but I do knit for babies. So it was very, very useful, Jacqui. These would be very nice. Ooh. I get all excited when I see vintage patterns. It's like... Some people get it when they see other things, but I get it when I see patterns. Oh dear. Well, across the road, I'm getting new neighbours moving in across the road in the empty house. And it's been all go for the last couple of days. There's been people coming and going, windows being washed, the house being... I mean, it's not been empty that long. But you know how it is, I suppose, when you're moving in, you want to make sure everything's spotless, don't you, before you move in. They've been busy cleaning and busy doing everything, and they haven't actually physically moved in yet, but the electric man's been this morning. The dogs have been having a field day. They've been going bonkers because, you know, you can't stop them from barking. Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much, Jacqui. That's a lovely present. I'm busy getting together some little things of my own because I don't know whether it sounds like bragging or what it is, but I'm stating a fact anyway. I've reached 2,000 subscribers. Yay! So I think it's time I did a giveaway. Now don't get too excited. It won't be a big... When I say it won't be a big giveaway, it won't be anything heavy or big, because it isn't so much the getting the gifts or whatever to give away, it's the postage. Because I know for a fact that a lot of the people who would enter and win will be in the US. And I'm not in the position to send, you know, big heavy parcels to the US, so don't get too excited, will you? You may only win a pen. But I decided I would get quite a few little gifts, you know, rather than like 2 or 3 big gifts when there's only a chance of 2 or 3 of you winning, yeah. So there'll be quite a few things, quite a few winners, but you may only get a pen or a keyring, so don't get too excited. Especially if you win, Rose, because it's got to go to the Philippines. Last time I sent Rose a parcel to the Philippines, it got lost for I don't know how many weeks. And it cost me an absolute fortune to send it in, and I was really upset because I thought it wasn't going to get there. So I'm afraid, no, it won't be anything big. Well, my 2 little buddies here have gone to sleep. The baby's on the... I don't know whether you can see him or not. I don't know whether I can move my camera or not, but he looks ever so sweet. Can you see him? There he is, sleeping on the cushion. And the big fella, whoa! The big fella is napping in his bed. That's not to say that, you know, the minute anybody comes past or the minute anybody bangs on the door, they'll be up barking. Well, I think that's all I've got to say. I'm still not sure whether I'm going to carry on with this for my great niece. I've got other things to do and I've got other orders to do. I just don't like the way it looks so sloppy looking, you know, it looks... I don't like things too loose, you know, they look like they're going to wash like a book, you know. I don't like the dishcloth look. Now my friend Sarah's always going on at me because she likes this very holy crochet look, and I'm always thinking, oh my God, it's going to wash so huge, you know. I mean, crochet does tend to spread a little bit when you wash it, no matter how careful you are with it, unless it's pure wool, of course, and then it will shrink if you don't be careful. But most of my crocheting, if I want it to stay the same size, it goes bigger. If I want it to go bigger, it doesn't. You know, the things that I've had for quite a while that are a little bit tight. So, but, yeah. Oh, I nearly didn't have me yesterday. Went up the village to get my toes done, shropodist, and went up with my scooter. And halfway across the pedestrian crossing, we have pedestrian crossings with lights. Halfway across, I spotted my neighbour with the new baby. Of course, I had to say, oh, isn't he lovely? And it was a girl. But by the by, if I hadn't stopped to just for a few seconds to look at the baby, a car went straight through on red. It nearly got to a couple of ladies who were just getting ready to cross, but I would have been right in its path if I hadn't stopped to look at that baby. So that little baby, whoever she may be called, I don't know, not yet, I'll have to see her properly. She was my little guardian angel yesterday. It was like, whoa, and everybody's going, whoa, did you see that? And yet nobody takes his number, you know. I mean, I was just, I didn't have a pen with me anyway, and I'm blind as a bat by the time the car's gone past me. But I thought, there wasn't as if the lights were against him and there was nobody on the crossing. There was quite a lot of people crossing. I mean, didn't he think to himself, there's a lot of people crossing this road. It is the worst crossing ever. Anybody who lives around here will tell you. I mean, my son nearly got run over by, what do you call him, an armoured car once. Luckily, he had a coat with a hood on and I saw it wasn't going to stop, so I yanked him back, nearly choked him because his zip was up. Yanked him back by his hood. I mean, you teach children, don't you, that, you know, when the green light flashes and it goes beep, 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 that they're safe to cross. But not anymore up there, no. I'm like that. I mean, the other week, a bus had stopped for me for the lights and I was going across, and then the car went straight past the bus, overtook the bus and went straight past me. So, you know, I've got 9 lives, I must be a cat. Anyway, enough of me waffling, so... Oh, I've got some scissors here. But they're my non-pointy ones though, so they're not much good. Yeah, I'm trying my best to catch up with videos, but I'm not doing very well. Oh yes. So, a lilac-y candle. I think it's lavender, not too sure. I've been trying to hoover up and I've got this Electrolux vacuum cleaner. And it's got a brush that goes on the attachment for doing stairs and things. And every time you hoover it with it, it keeps bouncing out. You know, if it's got a little thing that you slot it into. Not very well, obviously, because it won't stay in. So I remember it bouncing out, and I remember putting it somewhere. So 3 weeks later, I still haven't found it, so I still haven't done the stairs. Anyway, today I've bitten the bullet and I've ordered a new set of tool things off eBay. Now, I've been looking for it for 3 weeks, remember, 3 weeks. What's to betting that I'll find it now? But never mind, it'll bounce out again and I'll put it down again. I'm still looking for several things that I've put somewhere safe, never found. I don't know where this safe place is in my house because my house is only small. But I do sometimes think that because your house is small, it's more cluttered, it's harder to find things when you put them down. Because you don't have big open spaces, you know, and lots of storage spaces. You have little hidey holes where you sort of pop things in. And then ages afterwards, when you're looking for something completely different, you go, oh, there it is. Yeah. But I've never found my driver's licence, not that I'm driving. I took it up to the post office with me because there was a parcel waiting for me at the post office. This is about 5 years ago. And I had it there as proof of identity. Yeah. Never seen it since. Didn't leave it there because I remember bringing it home. But where it is, no idea. And now we're all supposed to have picture driver's licences by the end of June, or it's not valid or whatever, so I don't know what I've got to do. And somebody else said, oh well, you know, because my postcode changed a while back. I still live in the same house, but the postcode changed. And somebody said, oh well, you can't just reapply for a new licence if your postcode's changed. So I don't know what was on my old postcode because I haven't got the licence, have I? things I have to do. And I've got to, I applied for a blue badge, which is a disabled badge if you're in the US. You know, so you can park in places a bit closer to the shops. They've got these disabled spaces. And we went through all this on the telephone, and then he said, right, well, you've got to come up with this, that and the other. And I thought, oh my God. So it's going to cost me, I don't know how much in a taxi there and a taxi back, just to get this blue badge to enable somebody else. And I would wait until my son arrived and he could take me up there. But I've got to do it within 28 days of making the initial request. And he won't be here in 28 days. My niece can't help me because they only open Monday to Friday. And they only open 9 o'clock in the morning while 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, and no doubt they probably have a lunch hour as well. So I don't know what, I'll sort it out anyway. But just laughing at Buster, he's really got in a deep sleep. He's snoring away now. Dog walker came yesterday and he wouldn't get out of his bed. Wouldn't. Gigi didn't come, so he was missing her, Gigi. She tried to get him to go with her and she's going, come on boy, come on boy. No, no. So after I'd waved a goodbye and we decided we'd leave it, you know, and all that, I went into the kitchen and I said to Buster, I passed by, I said, well, I don't know about you, you can stay sleeping in there, I'm going to make myself some lunch. Turned round, he was behind me. Little monkey. Wouldn't get out of his bed for a walk, but he got out of his bed when he thought there was something to eat. Don't you just love animals? Anyway, that's enough of me waffling. I need to get something done. I'm really thinking I might be shelving this cardigan for the baby, because if you're not happy with something, you know, your heart's not in it, is it? Because it just looks like it's too slack and sloppy and blip. I've got lots of things to do anyway. I've got lots of shawls to make, and I've got 3 shawls to make. Cardigan, 2 tops. So I better get moving, haven't I? Anyway, thank you very much. If you are one of the ones who's made it up to 2,000 people, I am very, very grateful. Very, very surprised. I never even thought I'd get 200. So I am so surprised. So thank you all for staying with me. So please don't do a mass exodus now, will you? Please don't get me down to 1,500 again. You have to stay with me anyway. I'll be announcing a giveaway soon. Not that it'll be any great prizes. You won't be going, oh, why wasn't she having a fantastic giveaway? Oh, we all must enter. So as soon as I get everything assembled and I decide what I'm going to do, I will then tell you all. And I won't do it in a week or something like that. I'll let it run. Because a lot of my people watch videos same as I do. I might not watch them for 2 or 3 weeks and then I have a little sit down and I watch them all at once. So a lot of people might be like that, so I'm not going to be mean and just say, right, it's for a week or it's for a fortnight. I'll probably let it run for till the end of, maybe start it at the beginning of July and maybe run it to the end of July, something like that. I'll let you all know. So I'm going to go and look at these patterns now. So thank you, Jacqui, if you're watching. Love to Peter and Daniel, and I'm sorry I don't know your little girl's name, but bye to her as well.